Oi, this is the Profanity Gnome, and I'm here to tell you that if you're under 13 years old, fuck off this video! Get the fuck off YouTube! Get your mama to get your dad's cock out of her ears and actually be a parent! This is for adults only! And for everybody else, enjoy the video.
Arr, what a day, what a day. It sounds like you're having a problem. Care to tell what's on your mind?
I'm going to be taking part in another episode review of She-Ra. An episode involving Seahawk.
Well, that doesn't sound entirely bad. After all, it's only one episode.
Except for the guy is a mockery of everything pirate! That son of a bitch is on the same level as the motherfucker who took my hand and me life. I do not want to be in this episode at all. But aside from that, why the freak are you here?
I heard there was an unusual weapon of some kind in this fandom, and I hope to obtain it in order to research it and develop whatever it takes to strengthen the power of Nazarick!
Kinda got a one-track mind, don't you there, Ains? Whatever. This is Boys' Night Out.
The episode begins in Atlantica. Is this the right show? Okay, there's Hordak destroying everything. Okay, this is the right show. Okay, so Hordak is destroying this random city in Atlantica. How unfortunate for them. But at least he looks like he's having a good time. But don't worry, the Atlanteans have Seahawk to protect them. It goes about as well as you would expect.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm pretty sure Seahawk has become even more useless than Yamcha.
And we don't make these comparisons mildly.
Well, background princesses managed to get all the Atlanteans out of there before Hordak destroyed them all, and unfortunately they also picked up Seahawk along the way. As we see the complete and utter devastation of the homes and villages of these weird fish people. And we just see Hordak standing alone, looking all smug, knowing that, yeah, bitch, I rule the oceans now. So the princesses begin having a strategy meeting as Bo tries to keep all their spirits up. But it looks like Adora and Glimmer are still at odds with each other. Looks like the effects of Double Trouble is still full in effect. But one must wonder, what's Mermista doing like in this situation?
Don't worry about her, she's pulling a rarity. Except replace the drama couch with a drama bathtub. Actually, that sounds a lot more comfortable.
Well, the princesses are in the midst of arguing, as they don't know what to do next with the loss of the Water Kingdom. And Bo is feeling the worst of it, since he just wants everyone to focus on the big picture, rather than silly fighting. But then, Seahawk comes around and says, "Cheer up, buddy, we got this. How about we take some stress off ourselves and have a guys' night out?" Bo actually agrees to this because, you know, it makes sense to, in a desperate situation, to take a few minutes to backpedal and relax a bit. Only, I think Seahawk has ulterior motives. How do I know this? He straight up says it.
Now, the sad truth is, they could have easily accomplished the exact same thing if he only had an evil-looking smirk or a smug look turned around to face the audience, instead of him just flat-out saying that he's planning something.
I mean, yeah, it would have been obvious, but at the very least, it wouldn't insult our intelligence. And whatever he's planning, it's obviously going to fail, because it's Seahawk.
Seahawk's entire character is a fail and he needs to die.
So, where's the punchline to that joke?
There is no punchline. He needs to die. It is his only way of redeeming himself.
Speaking of characters that need to be redeemed, we see Hordak and Catra standing all proud over the destruction of their kingdom. So I guess now it's time to backpedal their higher-ups in order to secure them and make sure that nothing bad happens to them. But Hordak seems to have gotten a taste and thrill for the fight, and he continues to go around destroying everything in his path, and he sends Catra back to the Horde in order to run things in his absence. And this kind of infuriates Catra, because, you know, it was her idea for him to be on the battlefield to begin with, I think. Well, she tries to complain about it to Scorpia, but I don't think she realizes Scorpia isn't around anymore.
So, should we tell her?
Tell her what? That we picked up Scorpia and brought her to the My Little Pony fandom in order to escape a toxic relationship and show her the true meaning of friendship?
I wonder how she's doing.
We later cut to Seahawk and the rest of them enjoying a night on the town, and they have a sing-along. You know, instead of playing the actual cancer that is Seahawk's song, I'm just going to play some salty tunes over it. So, there is at least something worthwhile in this episode with them. But, at the very end of their song, it looks like they got captured by some bounty hunters. Apparently, Seahawk hired a bunch of lowlifes to fake capture them in order for the princesses to come rescue them and everything would be okay. What realm of thought are you thinking to think that this could ever work? But of course he runs into the wrong bounty hunters and they get captured for real. So now they have to really be rescued by the princesses. Ugh.
You don't look so good, Deadbeard. I mean, you've always been dead, but now you actually look lifeless.
Seahawk's fail is beyond that of anything I've ever seen. It is so bad. I just want to die again.
Here, let's go ahead and take you to something you can ship. Do you want to go ship some people?
Bring me the waifu so I might ship.
Attaboy. Yeah, let's leave him out of the episode for a while.
So Sea Dog and the rest of them are captured for real now. So, what's the plan? Well, the Beast wants to use his magical connection to Adora in order to send a message for help. We then cut to Queen Tumbler and Adora trying to at least somewhat make nice, but Tumbler seems to refuse any amount of friendship that Adora seems to be trying to offer. Adora is at least genuinely trying to patch things up, but Tumbler's not having any of it. And both of them are so upset at each other that Adora straight up ignores Swiftwind's abilities and cries for help. Which admittedly, I would probably ignore him too because it's fucking Swiftwind. So yeah, one avenue of rescue is out of the question. So, what's the next plan? Oh god. Oh god, you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. What are they doing?
As your medical professor, I don't think you should be here. The cancer of this scene is so strong that you might actually die again.
How is Seahawk embarrassing pirates now?
Well, it looks like he's trying to communicate with a seagull in order to get the seagull to get the princesses.
If this plan works, someone is going to die. I don't know who, I don't know where, but someone needs to die for this plan if it works.
So the bounty hunters reveal themselves to reveal they're these guys. Oh no, not this person. How could it ever be this person?
Okay, does anybody actually know who this guy is?
Nope.
Not a clue. Why is everybody still breathing?
Well, apparently this person has some history with Seahawk, and his anger is justified. Because Seahawk sank 3 of his ships because he willingly lit them on fire. So, yeah, I can't really say I blame this guy, because I would be mad at Seahawk too. Bo tries his hardest to try to defuse the situation, but the captain's not having it, and it looks like he's about ready to murder Seahawk right then and there. And then he doesn't. Go Team Friendship?
Can Team Friendship really be blamed for this failure to kill Seahawk? I agree. Team Friendship had nothing to do with it. It's just lazy plot writing. If someone sank even 1 of my ships, let alone 3, while willingly setting them on fire, they're going to Davy Jones's locker.
After quickly cutting to Catra, who still hasn't figured out that Scorpia's left, and can't seem to comprehend the fact that nobody ever wants to talk to or hang out with her, we cut back to the three boys as they're about to be handed over to the Horde. And Bo looks like he's officially lost all hope.
I don't blame him. Hell, I'd lose all hope too if my character was lumped in with Seahawk and Swiftwind. Well, we later cut back to Castle Brightmoon as Mermista is... Wait, that's Seagull. Oh, god damn it, don't tell me it actually worked.
But enough about that, as Tumblr and Adora are busy arguing over whether or not they're actually doing everything they can in order to defeat the Horde. But then, over this argument, Tumblr says something she can never go back from. Something so vile that even I, the devil, have to condone this action.
Well, maybe your best isn't good enough. If it was, my mother would still be here.
Okay, no. Tumblr, you sit the fuck down. No, I don't care if you're queen. You sit the fuck down right now. You, go back to your tub. We'll talk about your bullshit in a second. But this takes priority. Tumblr, I've had it up to here with your bullshit so far, this season alone. But this pretty much pole vaults over the fucking line. Adora has done everything in her power to try to make this war winnable for your candy ass, and you have been completely ungrateful for her for everything she's done. Ever since season 1, you've been walking the razor's edge of whether or not we should like you or even care about you or not. But this line you just said crosses it. Oh, boo-hoo! Adora couldn't save your mom. Newsflash, you're fighting a war. Everyone's got dead people. That's not an excuse to act like an entitled cunt. So here's what's going to happen. You are going straight back to Adora, you are going to get on your knees, and you are going to beg for her forgiveness for what you just said. And then you're going to do that to the audience too. And if it doesn't happen, then so help me, I'll bring the ponies, I'll bring the Transformers, I'll bring the Looney Tunes, I'll bring the Warners all up your ass! You think the Horde is bad news? You haven't seen what a tune can do.
So, after Tumblr's coming to dad meeting, she tries to apologize to Adora for what she said. But then Mermista bursts into the room, saying that stupid seagull plan actually worked, and the boys are in danger.
But then we cut back to the Horde ship, as we see the boys are still tied up. The sea wench is trying to taunt them, but Bo doesn't seem to care. Yeah, he's pretty much broken. And he just sucks all the fun out of torturing them because he just doesn't care because it feels like he's the only one actually working to be friends with everybody. But no time to delve into this emotional pain as the girls are here. Tumblr rescues Beta and they start singing a song while beating up these idiots. I mean, granted, it's not terrible. In fact, Mermista and Seahawk actually put a lot of effort into this song, and it's genuinely catchy. But all hope for this episode is pretty much dead at this point, where even a decent catchy song isn't enough to save them. And after a lot of one-shots, which any one of these pictures could be a thumbnail, everything seems to be okay and the day is saved and all that. But, unfortunately, Adora and Tumblr seem to have a little bit more of an issue that can't be summed up in a song. We also cut back to the Horde one last time as Catra's trying to figure out where the hell Scorpia is. And for the first time ever, I think she finally goes into her room. And she sees the note that Scorpia left behind before she left, showing full well that everyone who enters Catra's life eventually leaves it because Catra is a bitch. You could say it's mean, but I calls it as I sees it. But the episode doesn't end there, as we cut one last time to Adora and her friends. Tumblr's trying to apologize for what she said to Adora, but Dora's not having it, and rightfully so. What Tumblr said was downright cruel. And Bo goes to try to comfort Adora, but Adora says, they need to find Mira's weapon. So, with one sad Bo-looking face later, we cut to the next adventure. And that was Boys Night Out. I can honestly say, Seahawk and Swiftwind weren't the worst things in this episode. Tumblr was.
I'll give Seahawk credit for this. At the very least, he tried to make things right, even though his plan was cliché and was doomed to fail.
And addressing the me in the room, it's also worth pointing out that Catra is really dumb for not noticing that Scorpia, the most clingy character in the series, wasn't around her anymore.
I can understand they were trying to give the boys something to do so that there could be a little bit more of a male representation on the show, but this wasn't a really good episode for them to have.
Also, Tumblr's a bitch, and I hate Seahawk.
Well, if we take any solace from this, is that hopefully the next few episodes don't have Tumblr, as Adora and Bo get to go on their own adventures with the other princesses again.
I wouldn't put too much stock in that.
Point taken. Anyway, we're the Cartoon Gentlemen, and we'll see you next time.
As you excuse me, I'm going to go drink until I go to second death.
Well, it seems you've survived your experience, so to speak.
While it was still bad, it still wasn't nearly as bad as some of his other appearances.
Well, I suppose you just gotta take the small victories.
Aye, take what you can, give nothing back.
By the way, whatever happened to that talking to seagulls subplot?
Don't. Just don't.